Finals day here at the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach. Mick Fanning surfing in his last event as a full-time competitor on the championship tour and getting things started early here. That swoop off the top, clean conditions as he loads up off the bottom and again goes to that same turn. This wave flattening out a little bit, but Mick keeping that board moving, flowing nicely through to the inside at the moment, and a solid hit there. Unloading a lot of water, fights to find more. Scoring opportunity on the inside and a big float to finish. And Fanning likes the feel of that. A great way to kick off.
It's going to pay off. It's going to get a good number to start this one off. Again, look at this one as it pushes out to sea a little bit, but you can't deny the rail work that he carries. Always so solid. And this one really gave him the inside section. A lot of the score, the reason why it goes up where it does is because of these sections here. I mean, look at this. He sees a double up and again stays with it because he knows how important these inside sections can be, and just unweighted floater all the way to the inside. The crowd is pumping him up and he can take that energy of the crowd and execute it on that next wave. I mean, great start for Mick Fanning. I mean, look at this. As he goes into that section, look how it sucks out and he's on top of the lip. Look where his eyes are, straight to the bottom. Make sure he lands it and stops it, and then the crowd erupts, soaking in all that energy.
Who's taking off on the outside. A big tall section, and Pat so solid on those first hits throughout the event so far. One of the most explosive surfers in the draw. Overcame Michelle Perez this morning, but he's not going to get much scoring opportunity out of this wave. Ronnie Blakey with Pete Mel. Pete, stoked to be here with you, mate. How good is this? Watching Fanning surf in his last event, already into the semis.
What? This is exciting times, and I love that Patrick Gudauskas is going to do exactly what he's been doing all event long, going for those big turns. Unfortunately, this wave shuts down on him. Just the one move, but Mick Fanning, solid as can be. First thing that comes to mind is the crispness that he carries in every single maneuver he does. How consistent his performances at all venues on the championship tour, but especially here at Bells Beach.
Well, here he goes again. A 7.5 on his first wave. Use priority for this ride. Big swoop off the top. Needs speed to get down the line, and he's able to generate that momentum. And then he leans hard on that rail. A really clean combo to start. Climbing up for the finish. Really starting to click now with the Bells Bowl, and Fanning running on all that inspiration from this crowd as he finishes off yet another ride in the opening stages here.
Again, in this the maneuvers were as crisp as can be on that outside section. You know, again, just the lineup for this combo here. The layback gap, I mean, look at that. Straight into the bottom turn, snap combo, and a finish. 3 turns on that inside and says, you know what, I've even got more to give you. And it's such a good read on wave selection.
Gudauskas fans also watching closely. Don't worry about Pat. He's had some big moves on this outside bowl. In fact, I'd say on the outside bowl up until that point, he's really had Mick Fanning's measure. I think he's been one of the most attacking surfers on the outside. He doesn't hold back there. He knows he can't afford to. Got a good looking wall here. It's going to be an easy decision. He utilises that priority. A big clean face to work with. He drives off the bottom. Winds his way through a huge carve, drawing that board right through the maneuver. Hammers the next section. Super aggressive. And now looks to find a big finish on the inside, already on his way to a solid score. This should help him break combination, but the end section just doesn't work out for him. Slightly missed time there. His second ride had a bit more on the outside, but Pat has definitely been doing some of the biggest turns of the event on the outside here.
Yeah, beautiful arc here. That wave sets up for this section, and that's when he really lays into it. I mean, that's on edge, right in that critical section, and then the stumble starts happening here, and that put him off time for this final section. I mean, this turn here would have been done a lot earlier, and he would have been right there on that finish move, and it would have been a good number, but that little stumble out on the cutback. But look at this section. I mean, he lays into this one, and of course, that section's asking for it. Big layback snap, gets the release, up in the lip, of course, and comes out of it, and then the wave flattens out at this point, and this is where it kind of puts him off time, because if he had just had a nice clean arc, it would have been that much earlier for the snap and the finish.
Looking out the back at the big set, Pat can load up. and go to the air. He's got those kind of moves. Chasing a 10. He goes to a huge carve on the inside. Fanning, he's out the back taking off, trying to get rid of a 7.5. Big hook off the top from Fanning already. Outdoing Pat on that outside section. Pat's going to finish with something big. Huge snap on the inside for Gudauskas. But Fanning doing more work. Chasing this one right through to the inside. Big layback. And that's going to feel good. Fanning should be on his way to another final here at Bells Beach. An 8.5 for Fanning on his last ride. A heat score total of 16.5. One of the highest of the event. He is switched on, the three-time world champ, and he is into the final. One more semi-final clash to come. Gabriel Medina up against Italo when we return.